and welcome to the Financial Planner. So if you've been feeling a little under the weather, what do? You go to the doctor, right? Well, he'll poke, he'll prod, he'll ask you a bunch of questions, then he'll make his diagnosis. And depending on how sick you are, he'll give you a bunch of tablets and then he sends you on your way. Well, you come home, pop the pills, and soon you're on your way to recovery. So if you're dealing with your coughs, your colds, your flus in this way and you think that it's easy, why shouldn't it apply to your money too? On the show today, we'll bring the money doctor in and he'll assess the state of your financial health and maybe prescribe a few ideas on how you can start to feel monetarily better. Remember, you can grab a pen and paper and work through this exercise with us. My name is Smriti Rao and the money doctor for the day is Sumit Vaid. He's a certified financial planner. You can also be part of this conversation online. You can write into us at financialplanner@bloombergutv.com. You can also find us on Twitter. Find me at SRH2139. You can also watch our videos on YouTube. Just look for Bloomberg UTV and Financial Planner. So lots of ways to get in touch with us and watch the show, but for now we're glad that you're with us. So Sumit, let's get started. So today we're going to work through a questionnaire that your firm designed, and this particular questionnaire, what does it do, and is this something that tomorrow if I come into your office to meet a financial planner, is this something that I would get, this questionnaire?
Sure. We call this questionnaire Freedom Score. This is the starting point for our client engagement. We make all our clients or potential clients or those who are interested in becoming our clients go through this particular questionnaire. The basic objective is to check their financial health.
Right. And so we can get started, in fact. So everyone at home, grab your pen and paper, and we're going to go through all of these questions with Sumit. So Sumit, let's get started on checking the state of our financial health. The first one that you ask for any of your potential clients who come in is, have you prepared a budget for your household expenses? Tell us about that. Why is that important to know?
The first starting point in any kind of financial planning exercise is to try and understand the old saying in financial planning, that is, failing to plan is planning to fail. I'll repeat it, failing to plan is planning to fail.
Right.
And when it comes to financial plan, the first and foremost thing which we need to know about families is whether they have a budget.
Right.
For a family, yes or no, and if they have a budget, are they following it?
Right.
So that's the first starting point of this whole exercise, and this is what the first question is all about. Have you prepared a budget for your household expenses?
Right. The other question, of course, that follows that is, what is your monthly household expenditure? Because we know it's important for you to know how much money is coming in and how much of it you're spending. Tell me what you ask your clients at this point.
Before I dive into this question, there is this a specific point which I want to always highlight whenever we talk to our clients or I come to your show, which is try and understand what is savings. Saving is income minus expense.
Right.
So what we are trying to ascertain when we are trying to get into your budgeting questions is A, do you prepare budget? Second, if you prepare budget, do you know what your expenses are?
Right.
Because that will determine us over a period of time or through this questionnaire whether you have a saving potential, whether you save or not. So that's what we are trying to do by trying to understand what's your household expenditure.
Right. And you say in this questionnaire itself says, what's your household expenditure? Is it below 15,000, 15,000 to 30, 30 to 50, or above 50,000? So that's all what your expenditure is. We're trying to get a grip on that. Now, the third question you ask is, do you have any ready cash in case you lose your job or your income? And we know that's crucial because we've been talking about having emergency funds and having about 6 months in emergency funds. Tell us why else it's important to know this.
It talks about the discipline of the family itself. It talks about how do you go about planning your monthly expenses. It talks about how do you really go about maintaining a discipline within family savings, expenses, etc. itself. It's more of a psychological question. Most of the time the answer to this question is no.
Right.
Because they haven't done any deliberate measures toward it. They haven't kept it aside because they need to keep it aside. It might be lying because it is lying by its own.
Right.
So there's no deliberate perspective to it, and that's what we want to highlight. And this, as well as the first question, are linked. In the first question we've given choices. That is, what household expenditures you have. The reason is many a time we foresee during our planning exercise that people really find it very hard to figure out what is my monthly expenditure.
Right, because they don't know, no one's keeping track, no one's writing it down, no one knows what's going on. I mean, all of us, especially in this age, we have our debit cards, our credit cards, so we swipe it, we have no idea of, where the money is exactly going. So the third important question in the questionnaire is, do you have ready cash in case you lose your job or your income? The fourth one is, have you taken a life insurance cover? Why is that important?
Life insurance cover in India is very misunderstood concept. In India, you'll see most of the people using the word invested in life insurance. Which is structurally a wrong English. You do not invest in life insurance, you buy life insurance.
Right.
So by highlighting that question up front, that do you have a life insurance cover, we are building the block of trying to ascertain whether that particular family is investing in insurance, saving in insurance, or whether he's got adequate insurance itself. Very, very important in today's uncertain life to have a life insurance which is adequate for every family.
Right. And for that, then, what is the right answer? Yes or no? It's important to have it, so it's a yes, you need to have life insurance.
Always, yes is a great answer for this question, but
Right.
always we get a no for this.
You always get a no for it.
Yes.
Okay, you always get a no for that.
Yep.
Yes. Now, the fifth question is, have you taken the health insurance for your family? For all these couples that come into your office or families that come in, tell me who has health insurance. Do you mean, when you ask this question, is this for the couple? Is it for the entire family? Who does that include?
Usually the focus is toward family, because when we do financial planning, the focus is family rather than an individual itself. So
Right.
question is whether the whole family is covered in form of a medical insurance or not. Most of the time this question is asked, and the answer we get in affirmation is from corporate employees, because many of the companies are providing it as a perk. But
Right.
even there, most of the times we see it's not for the family. And many a time people end up buying floaters, family floaters, which are not adequate for the whole family itself, or they have some constrained kind of a medical insurance which is there. So that's why we pinpointedly ask this question, so that we can lead into the next bit of saying how much is that.
How much is it? And if you're covered by your employer, you should also have a grip on what they're giving, what the coverage is, and what you're entitled to.
That's right. And you need to know, most of the times we see that people have not gone through those group medical insurance policies,
Right.
which companies have. They don't understand terms and conditions. They don't understand exclusions.
Right.
And that's really result in a problem later when actually you need to exercise this medical insurance. So it's always important to highlight it right in the beginning.
Okay. Let's look at question number 6 now. This is your home or your business insured against disasters? Tell us about this, Sumit.
This is classic, if you really look at in Indian scenario, property valuations really make close to 50% or more of your net worth. Whatever your worth is, at least 50% plus is because of your property or properties. And most of the time, when we write plans, it's almost 99% you find people not getting them insured.
Right.
And by meaning not getting insured, it means that you are open for disasters. So let's take an example. Earthquake can happen anywhere, any point of time, and if that really struck your city and your house goes down, do you have money to rebuild it? It's a question as serious as that. And you keep hearing about earthquakes, and it's a joke which we call to a lot of our clients to tell, earthquake happened in China, it happens in any other country, will they come to Bombay, Delhi? I don't know. Are you planned? Not exactly.
Well, you need to have your bases covered, and your home and business must be insured against disasters.
Should be.
Would be the key takeaway from this.
That's right.
Okay, let's go across to our next question now. What % of your monthly income do you save and invest each month? Now, that's also crucial. Tell us what you expect. When you ask this to your client, what's the golden answer? What do you want to hear from them?
We want to hear a conscious decision being taken, not an accident with respect to investments. We don't want to hear sometimes when we are left with surplus, we are saving or investing. If we do not have surplus or investment, we are not saving or investing. And the idea here is to try and ascertain from a family, do they have a directional discipline plan of investing their money regularly, yes or no?
Okay. All right, so you want to hear that. We have a whole bunch of other questions that we want to go through with Sumit. We hope that you're following along with this exercise too, but we have to take a break right now. But stay with us. When we come back, we'll finish this financial health checkup.